Stop. Don't look at the playoff standings just yet, because everything you think you knew just changed. There's a mad twist, a tiebreak surprise, a scenario that happened before that can happen again, and it all directly affects the Dallas Cowboys postseason path. Let's break down what really changed and why the Eagles' loss might be the turning point. Yes, indeed. The state of America's team. Yeah, we got to talk about this because obviously it hasn't been looking too good, obviously, after the loss to Detroit. And sometimes you take over and you have to present exactly where you are, both good and bad. But this is the good news, is that hope is still alive. It is. It really is. Are you saying it's a chance? It's a chance, and we got to talk about it. The good news as we talk about the state of the union of America's team is that the moves that are being made are good moves. These are moves that was always aggressive and needed to be aggressive for what the Dallas Cowboys are trying to do in terms of this window and career window with Dak Prescott. So obviously a lot of us are keeping a close eye on those birds, and the birds did what birds do. They crapped. They crapped. And I'm so happy to see them fall. It's sad that we do have to be a little bit kind of like haters a little bit, and it's not hate. I'm supposed to not like you, like real. I ain't supposed to like Philly. I ain't supposed to be like, well, hope they do well. No, I hope you like plummet. And it's just so good to see them do what they do, right? Because they still are little brother in the division. So let's kind of just talk about this real quick, and just where we stand and what has to happen. So here we go. All right, just looking at it. So the Dallas Cowboys new odds of making the playoffs, right? So what's basically happened is after the Eagles lost to the Chargers, the Dallas Cowboys playoff odds jumped, right? And it jumped slightly and went from 6 to 9% to about 10%. But that's not the key. The key is, what can it be if you win out? Okay. If you win out, your playoff picture actually goes up much higher. You go up to about 50 to 51% chance of making it in. So the Eagles are a game and a half in front of us now after their collapse, and they are starting to melt. The good news is they've done this before too. They've done this before. The second time they did this in 2023. So let's just kind of take a look at 2023. So in 2023, they started off similar to what they did now, just extremely hot. Matter of fact, they was hotter, and I would say they was playing better, right? So they started off 5-0, had a upset loss to the Jets, and then went on to win another 5. So starting off that high, you would say that they pretty much had the division in the bag. But just like now, they're melting. They're melting as we speak. So they first lost us to San Fran December 3rd around this time. Then they lost to Dallas. Then they lost to Seattle. And then they just went on a just terrible run at the end to lose the division. And remember, they was favored to win the division and had it in the bag, but they lost at the very end. They lost to Arizona and they lost to the Giants, giving the Dallas Cowboys the division. And thank you for that. We end up having the number 2 seed, and that's where we end up playing Green Bay. So it's looking exactly like that right now, except it looks a little bit worse. So if I look at the state of the Eagles now, they started off not as hot as 2023, 4-0, But then in the middle, they had about 2 losses. They got on a winning streak like they did in 2023, as you can see. But again, Dallas is right there in the mix of causing them to have the meltdown. And you could see the meltdown coming. The meltdown was coming. They having all kind of infighting with AJ Brown, and him publicly speaking out against his quarterback. You're hearing a lot of dissension about the offense and nobody really believing in the offense. The tush push is not working like it used to. It used to be almost automatic. Now it's around 67%. So that their cheat code is not cheating anymore. It's not working anymore. And they're starting to Philly. And this is the perfect time for them to Philly. I sure appreciate the Philly-in that they're doing, and it feels amazing. So in the state of the union of where we are, I will also say this. Regardless, your Dallas Cowboys are doing what they need to do in terms of building. Like, they did start late, and I would say that they fumbled in the beginning with the Michael Parsons trade. I thought it was totally unnecessary, especially when you look at his cap amounts. A lot of people get caught up in the $47 million average per year. To me, that's not the way to look at it. You got to look at the cap hit, and the cap hit is really insignificant for a person of his talent. But that's neither here nor there. The good news is after that, they have done a pretty good job of rebuilding the defense. Now, they having some cornerback issues as of late where we might need Diggs. So as we get to the end of the season, the state of the union is we're not in a place to play. We're not in a place to play politics. We're not in a place to not have all the resources hands on deck, because we gonna need all of this as the end. Because yes, Philly has plummeted before in this near recent history, and they are looking like they could plummet again. So having 2 divisional games, that's exactly what happened to them in 2023. They had 2 divisional games at the end. They won one, lost the other. And they had an upset loss on Arizona. So if you look at where they are also in terms of the state of the union of the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, that's why the music is so appropriate. They looking just like that. The 2 divisional games with Washington and a tough Buffalo. So do we want to be in a position where we have to basically root against the Eagles to get in? No. We rather had our destiny in our own hands. Everybody rather have that all day long, like real talk.
If you gotta go out, that's how you go out. He took his destiny in his own hand.
But when you look at the state of the union, it's encouraging. It really is. The only thing is that we don't fully control our destiny, and that's fine. We control what we control. And I'm just thankful to see that the Dallas Cowboys are actually being aggressive this year, regardless of how it finishes. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be right here. And if obviously we don't win out, we don't have the over 50% chance of getting in. So we got to, obviously play the spoiler, and we got to root and be haters. And I'm cool with being a hater. I don't like Philly anyway. I can't stand them. So I just want to make sure that I gave y'all the state of the union of America's team and your Dallas Cowboys, and they look strong. The fundamentals of your team are strong. So don't be discouraged, Cowboy Nation. Let's just enjoy this ride, and however it finishes. The main thing we want to see with our guys is we want to see them go out strong. I want to thank you, Philly, for being who you are and what you do, and choking the way that you did. I appreciate you choking on a Monday night. I love that it came down to the end too. It just made me feel so much better about my morning. So y'all keep y'all notifications on, because y'all can continue to get content like this. Also, Go for a Hail Mary in your sleeper picks and win up to 100 times your money. Use promo code BCS, as Sleeper will 100% match your first deposit up to $100 instantly. So we appreciate y'all rocking with your boy Boss Show Me. We're gonna be dropping a lot more content and videos. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe for content like this. Your playoff picture is alive if your Dallas Cowboys keep it alive. Until the next time, I'm out.